There we go. What's going on, y'all? Give it a second. Let me get my chair all fixed up here. What's going on? Welcome back to the stream. Another day, another dollar. Another day, another dollar. Am I plugged in here? Yeah, I'm plugged in. Okay, cool. What's going on, y'all? Get this over here a little bit more. Nice. Let's see who goes in first for the chat today. What's going on? Pal. That name's hilarious. Nothing yet from YouTube, so no one's claimed the top spot as the first comment of the night. No one has claimed... Oh, nope. TikTok famous first comment of the night. Jasmine? Yeah, we can look at Jasmine. You're the first comment of the night. Even YouTube was slower today. You're the first comment of the night. Adri coming in at number 2. Gav's dad, what's going on? Hey, Nick, how are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm doing good. How are y'all? Ahmed, what's going on? It's Friday Eve. That it is. That's it is. I'm very much excited for the weekend. This week's been crazy busy. Stick to the plan. Let's go. I was actually expecting a little bit of a bounce to 74K. I alerted the Discord today. I would have been, but I was scared. Stick to the plan. I would have been, but I was scared. Nick for pressing it. What's up, King Todd? How are you? I'm a good negotiator, man. I am. I feel like I'm a pretty decent negotiator. Throw me in there. I'll negotiate. I feel like I'd make a terrible politician, though, because I would, I just wouldn't be able to put up with most of the shit. So I would speak my mind, and I feel like that wouldn't get me far. I got 3 million shares at 1.5 cents. We needed to move up. We can look at Jasmine. I'm good. We can do that for sure. Not gonna lie, FOMO today. Yeah, I mean, price has been moving pretty rapidly, so I understand. What's up, Matt? How are you? Price has been moving pretty rapidly. Let me see if I can pull up. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up what I mentioned to. Is this it? How can I take a screenshot of this? Because I don't want to, there's a bunch of stuff in here. But on the 4 hour, or I'll go to the 4 hour. I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you what I mean on the 4 hour. Give me a second. Let me just get this back all set up here. Okay, let me flip my screen. What's up, John? How are you? JY, what's going on? Matt, what's going on? Welcome all. Is that Realista? What's going on? Thank you. Will you look at Sol? Yeah, we can do Sol. We can look at Sol. Still waiting for the 55 to 70 Solana entry. Yeah, I mean, let me flip my screen so then we can... we had a competition yesterday on who could get the most likes in the TikTok live. Someone had 4,000 likes in here. It was insane. Whoever's got that trigger finger is insane. Brett? Yeah, we could look at Brett. Okay, hold on. Let me go... 4 hour. That's what I was going to do. So I was mentioning in the Discord to members that I was expecting something like this. Let me get the whole thing in it. So where's my favorites tool? There it is. Okay, so I was mentioning it in Discord after I saw this ABC movement, then this movement down, and then this, move up here. I was mentioning to pay attention to 74K was my next target because we had a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a 4, and then a potential for a 5 here. And my next target on that was, let me get this tool here. Where's the 2? There we are. So the next target I was looking to pay attention to that I was mentioning in Discord was between 74 to 75 at the 1.618 and the 2, because this was a 5-wave move here. So I was mentioning 75 to 74 as a next move, but that is obviously on a smaller time frame. On a larger time frame, to me, it looks like this. So with inside of waves, you can get other waves. So Elliott Wave Theory wise, this to me was an ABC. First, I thought it was an extended third wave developing, but obviously price action invalidated the extended third wave thesis, which is fine. But This was a zigzag formation. It was a wave 1 down, followed by a wave A down, followed by a B, followed by a C. And then from the looks of it right now, we have this A, B, C movement to the upside. So that's something I wanted to pay attention to because it looks corrective. But even if you go to the 4-hour time frame on this structure right here from the low, it looks like we have an A wave, an ABC B wave, and then an ABC C wave for a wave A. So we have this wave A with this wave B bounce, and then we have this 5-wave movement. Sorry, let me get a drink of water. Give me a second. Okay. And then I saw this developing 5-wave move. So in Elliott Wave Theory, what you can have is you basically have a 3-wave movement, followed by another 3-wave movement, followed by a 5-wave movement for a correction. And let me see if I can get my book here. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. So with inside of corrective waves, you can get 3-3-3s or 3-3-5s. And I just want to find the correction here. Right here. So it's called a regular flat correction. You get a 3-wave move down for an A, then you get a 3-wave B, and then a 5-wave C. And this is what I saw on here. We had a 3-wave up for an A, and then almost this 3-wave move down for a B, and then we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave structure going on. I alerted Discord members saying, hey, pay attention to the 74 to 75 region as a potential target for this final leg 5 up, which is kind of what we have right now. We'll wait for price action to develop, but on the larger time frame, it looks like a ABC movement, which is what I just showed you guys. It's called a regular flat. So you have an A wave, a B wave, and then a 5-wave C for a completed ABC up. So we'll see what price does here. Again, another zone that I'm paying attention to on the larger time frame. Let me get these red ones out of here. On the larger time frame was these zones right here. So coat. Thank you, Macro. The zones that I was paying attention to from basically back here in February. So for those of you that have been going to the live since February, you guys know that these were the zones that I was paying attention to. I said expect some level of bounce between 72 to 78K. You know, we bounced up into 72, got rejected, bounced up into 75, got rejected. You know, do we bounce up to 75 again and then get rejected on the smaller time frame potentially with this ABC developing? So that should be something that I'm watching. But these are kind of the key levels, 78 to 75. We'll see if, you know, this wave 5 extends up here and then we get a dump afterwards, but we'll see what price action does. The thing that will be potentially make me think that the bottom is in structurally, or that we could potentially forming a bottom, is if we get a 5-wave move. Well, no, because that would still be considered. What I'm waiting for is either a 5-wave move to the upside or a 5-wave move to the downside, but structurally the upside move is yet to come. We still need more downside. So but on the smaller time frame, it does look like we have an ABC, and then we should see some level of reaction there, whether that comes in the form of another 3-wave correction. So this being an ABC, do we get another ABC down and then another ABC up and then the dump? Or do we have this as an ABC and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down? We'll wait and see. Still too early to tell. All right, let me scroll back to some of these comments because I think I missed a lot of them. Solana was another one that we want to take a look at first, I think. Yeah, Solana, and then... Yeah, Solana was the first one, so we can look at Solana. Yeah, we can look at Solana. All right, let's see what Solana... Oh, and for those of you in the Discord, I did add a lot of different... I added a lot to the Notion dashboard, so for those of you that are in the Discord, go check it out. I have a free version and a paid version, but I did add a lot of new stuff. I added Let's see, what did I add today? This is the free version. I added Meta, Microsoft, Tesla, and QQQ. So I added those 4 charts today to the library. So right now we have Meta up here at the top. I know you can't see the name, but we have Meta, which maybe if I show you the chart here. So we have Meta up there, Microsoft, Tesla, QQQ, NVIDIA, Apple, I have EOS and VeChain in there, MSTR, SPY, Amazon, and XRP. So those are all the stuff in there. They're broken down by asset class, time frame, date, last edited, and then I do have the trading view link over here and the screenshot. So you can pull it up and see, you know, what the wave count looks like on Tesla. You can go to Apple, pull up the wave count on Apple. You can see the whole structure. So for those of you that are interested in like that level of detail, I have a free version, and then I also have a VIP version, which goes into greater detail for the VIPs. But if you're like, hey, I'm just getting started out in investing, you know, I want like just some piece of information that I can go to see what potential stocks are looking like. This is a free dashboard that I provide to all my Discord members. I look to add anywhere from 3 to 5 cryptos and stocks in there. Mainly with stocks, I focus on the majors first. So I'm adding in all the Mag 7. I'm adding in obviously QQQ and SPY, a few different cryptos in there that I personally own. So XRP, VeChain, and EOS being, well, VeChain and EOS, I have allocated a little bit to that, but I'm still waiting to add a little bit more. But those are two that I'm paying attention to. So if you're interested in like that, in something like that, feel free to check out the dashboard. But to give you an idea of what that looks like, this is the Apple chart. We have the QQQ chart in there as well, with all the wave counts broken down, and then it gives you, if I can't scroll over here, but it gives you all the targets too. So you'll have the targets on there as well. Kind of similar to what I do here on stream, but it'll be in a dashboard that you can just search by whatever it is that you're looking for. So trying to build out just a really simple way to simplify investing. That's what I'm really gearing this for, and the Discord for members is keeping investing really simple and providing, you know, potential zones of when to buy and sell. They're not really signals or financial advice. It's none of that, but it's all of my analysis that we do on stream, and then I throw it into the Notion dashboard. So with all that being said, just wanted to make that announcement for those of you that are interested in that. Obviously, you know, you don't have to. It's a free dashboard, so you know, if you want to join the Discord. But on Solana right now, we have this 5-wave move, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with this ABC. What I'm waiting for on Solana next, once we start, you know, reversing to the upside, my targets on Solana are between 533 to about 800. So anywhere between like 500 to 800 is my next target for this next wave up. As far as bottoming goes, I do have a little bit more downside on Solana, just following my Bitcoin thesis. If Bitcoin drops, you know, another 10, 20% or 10, 15, whatever that ultimate percentage comes down to, you know, altcoins will probably see some decline. Maybe not as much. I mean, altcoins have had huge dumps in comparison. So, you know, do we see some sort of relative strength for altcoins? And then ultimately we go from, you know, Bitcoin dropping 10%, maybe altcoins only drop 10 or 12. But Solana, my next targets are between 500 to 800. And that is right now. As this price action develops and we get a 5-wave move developing, these targets will change, because then we'll have structure to go off of. So once we get the wave 1 and the wave 2, we'll be able to use the trend-based fib extension and chart out, you know, where this potential target would be. But again, that is, you know, all dependent on how this reaction happens off the low. So we'll just be patient with that. As price action develops, you know, we'll adjust the target. But as of now, 500 to 800 is the next zone. Brett, yeah, we can do Brett. I don't know if Brett has enough structure. That's the thing. I know that Brett's doing a lot of things. Like, I remember seeing a lot of posts about Brett for a good bit. I just don't know if it has enough price action is the problem. Let's see, which one probably has the most? Maybe Bybit? Or maybe Coin. Is there not a Coinbase? Yeah, I mean, unless there's another chart, Brett just has straight down. So there's really not a lot of structure to go off of, unless there's another one that has. Yeah, so there's just a big dump on Brett, which, I mean, I guess makes sense with a newer meme coin, and it kind of caught the, you know, initial pump in 2025, and then obviously it's been dumping ever since in coordination with other altcoins and Bitcoin. So that makes sense, but once we get some structure off these lows, we'll be able to chart it out. But for now, it just looks like it's in corrective mode. What we got here? We go, Iran said they want crypto payments for oil shipments. Yeah, I saw that. Is that Sanchez? Yeah, I saw that. I'm curious to see how this pans out. Obviously, we're still in the early stages, so we don't really know. You know, it's a 2-week ceasefire, but there's some things going on behind the scenes that, like, you know, might have what's the word I'm looking for? Might have put that in sort of a risky term, a risky spot where, you know, maybe it doesn't go through, maybe it does. You know, does the ceasefire continue after the 2-week period? Do we get a stop to it? So I'm just being patient, but yes, agreed. There will be a lot of volatility in the next couple of weeks for sure. PLTR. I think we did PLTR yesterday. I haven't added that to the dashboard yet, but I'm pretty sure we did PLTR the other day. Yeah, I mean, we had a big dump on PLTR. What was that today? That was today, right? Or no, that's the month. Yeah, we had a big dump on PLTR today, which makes sense. But yeah, I mean, we've had a 5-wave movement up here on PLTR, and then the next zone, let me get monthly just so I get all the price action in here. So the next zones I was telling the community to pay attention to was between 129 to 82. Because right now, what's the weekly look like? I mean, we have this ABC. This could be an A wave, B wave, and then we get a C wave and then another ABC down. But we are at the 0.382 fib right here, you know, right at 129. The zones that I typically like to dollar cost average in are between the 0.382 and the 0.618. So as price kind of comes down and chops around, you know, you build a position and then wait for the next wave up. But it does look like, I mean, this is definitely an ABC. Now, this looks like an A wave, B wave. Maybe we get a C wave bounce and then we get another ABC down. That could be possible. Let's see, on the daily, what do we got on the daily? Yeah, I mean, we're right at the 0.382 fib at 129, which, you know, we came down here before, chopped around, popped up, and then popped back down. So, I mean, it definitely looks like we have an ABCA, an ABCB, and then we have this almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave C. So this being an ABC wave, and then it looks like we have this ABCA, ABCB possibly, and then we get an ABC up, and then we get a further corrective down. So that could be the case. It definitely doesn't look impulsive at all. So this doesn't look like a 5-wave movement. If anything, it looks like a 3-wave move, which might suggest this is an A wave, a B wave forming, and then we get a C wave. That could make sense on the weekly. You know, that might make sense, but with that being said, 129 to 82 would be my dollar cost average zone to build a position. And then the next target on PLTR for me would be 450 to like 650. So between 129 to 82 would be a good position to build, you know, again, not financial advice, but in this zone, build a position and then wait for the next move up. That would be what I would personally do. And then 450 to 650 being the next target on that one. Oh, there goes all my... There's like 99 comments, so I missed all these. I saw Canary filed for a Pepe ETF today, which I thought was pretty interesting. Is stuck in Webull stock my era. Is there any hope left to recover? I'm sorry about that, Ram. Last I checked on Webull, it was in corrective territory. Last I checked, it's just a dump. So until we get a structure off the bottom, there's not a solid way to tell where this thing's gonna go. Meta, I actually added Meta to the. Let me just make sure there's none of my stuff on. Yep, there it is. Don't screenshot that. That's for VIPs. That was my analysis for VIPs, so I gotta be aware of that. But whoever's on YouTube is probably gonna friggin' screenshot that. But there's a freebie. If you got that enough and took a screenshot of the analysis, then there's your freebie of the day from VIP. Can you provide an update on Axon and TPL? Yeah, we can look at those. So on Meta right now, the next zone for me is, this is a wave 1, a wave 2, and then we're currently in the wave 3. So of that wave 3, we've had the 1, 2, 3. This is the sub wave 4, and then we'll get one more wave up for the wave 3, and then we'll get a pullback 4, and then a 5. So there's still room to run on Meta. The next zone that I'd be paying attention to is between really 900 to 1100, and then we'll get a pullback 4, and then we'll get one more move up for the 5. So, there's two ways you could go about it. If we get a pullback on Meta towards 550 to 500, these are sort of the zones that I pay attention to, 550 to 450. If we get some level of pullback into those zones, that'd be a good spot to take a position. But if we don't and price continues to rip up, the next target would be 1100 to 900 would be the next zone. And then we'll get an ABC down for the wave 4. And then we'll get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the wave 5. So that's kind of what's next for Meta. So still some more room to run, which is nice. But we are in the 5th leg of the wave 3. So in terms of I don't know what's the word, risk to reward, there's still reward up, but I would say it's limited in terms of obviously we're not looking at buying at the wave 2. Now if you got in down here somewhere at 200, then yeah, you're sitting pretty right now. You still got one more leg to go, then an ABC, and then one more leg up. So Meta's looking pretty good. Link, yeah, we can look at chain link. GRT is still in corrective. There's no wave count on it right now. Is 1500 a good level to buy ETH? Yeah, I mean, for me, my next zone at ETH is 17 to 1400. Boom. What's up, Chill Dad? How are you? Let's see. Oh, we were supposed to do Jasmine. I bought Meta at 10. Yeah, if you bought Meta at 10, you're chilling. So that's a nice 10x. Which will be solid, and then you'll get a pullback 4 and then a 5. So that's definitely looking pretty good. Never seen you do gold. Yeah, we could do gold. I think we did gold a couple days ago or last week. I can't remember the last time we did gold. I am adding that to the dashboard. So for those of you that are interested in, if you don't catch every live stream and want to see the chart uploads that I do, we can do, can you do Oracle? Yeah, we can do Oracle. So for those of you that didn't catch that in the beginning of the stream, I do have a free Notion dashboard. That's just it's called Notion, that's the thing, but it's a free dashboard that I provide all my analysis on. That's in my Discord. So if you're interested in that, I have Meta, Microsoft, Tesla, some of the majors. I'm adding to it each day. But if you're interested in that, that you can go check that out in the Discord. We were going to do Jasmine. That's right. Forgot about Jasmine. I think we already have everything on Jasmine. Yeah, that's right. We have everything on Jasmine from the last time we charted it. So, I mean, price is still holding pretty well. We've had a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with this A wave, B wave, and then this C wave. The next targets I'd be paying attention to on Jasmine are between 7 cents and 11 cents. Obviously, that's subject to change depending on how we get, how this price action happens off of the low. So once we get these wave counts, this could adjust the target. But, looking into the future, leveraging Elliott Wave Theory strategy and target zones, 0.07 to 0.11 is the next target. If we get a really explosive wave 1 with a wave 2, obviously we're going to shoot past, we're going to way shoot past these targets. But looking at it in, months, years in advance, 7 cents to 11 cents is next. Aptos is still in corrective territory. There's really no structure to it. SPY, yeah, I actually added SPY to the dashboard, so if you want to go check that out. But yeah, we can look at SPY. SPY to me, did I do this recently? I want to say I updated this. When did I update this? Let me make sure there's nothing in here, because I remember updating this at some point. Yes, we already did. I did this in the dashboard. Now I'm trying to remember. So let me get everything in here. There's a 5-wave movement right there, but that was for the other wave. So we have this wave up. SPY's looking like it's top. That's for me. So we have a wave 1, a 2, and then we have this. What was the wave count on this again? I remember looking at this. This was the wave 1, 2. Oh, what was the wave count? Geez, I have it up here. Let me see if I can go back to this. Give me a second. Where's SPY? Because I did, yeah, that was the wave 3, 4. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, so this was the wave 1, the wave 2. This was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4, and then we're currently in the wave 5, I want to say. Give me a second. Let me make sure. Because I did all this analysis like off stream, so I just want to confirm. Yeah, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's right. 1 there. 2. Yeah. Okay. So we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 4, and then we're currently in the 5th. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. So this is the wave 1, the wave 2, the wave 3, and then COVID was the wave 4, and then we're currently in the wave 5. Let me change that color so you guys can see that. And let me get this wave off. So let me get this out the way. So of the wave 5 so far, so the larger wave 5, we've had a wave 1, 2, 3. We're going to get a pullback 4 and then one more leg up. So we still have the pullback 4 to go and then the leg up. On that, the next zone, where was the next zone? Yeah, 565 to we could see the 0.618. I doubt we get that low, but 565 to 524 was the next zone that I was paying attention to. And on the monthly, you can see it a little bit better. So on the monthly here, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move, and then I'm expecting an ABC down. You know, this could be a wave B right now from what it looks like. And this being a wave A down, we get a wave B, and then we get the wave C. But we'll wait for price action to tell. Again, for me, there's limited upside left on SPY. More than likely, we get a correction just based on the structure. So that's what I have. Gold. Yeah, we can do gold next. I enjoy your Yap sessions. Well, appreciate you sliding in there, Ryan. I appreciate you coming to the stream. 3 different people and you'll get 3 different answers. What's up, J-Dub? Welcome to the stream, man. Can you do near? Yeah, we can do near. We were gonna go do gold next. Wow, it's a tongue twister. Pal, thank you for the heart, man. So sweep all-time high, then massive correction, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the whole structure on a 3-month time frame, like we're due for one. We already have a wave 1 here, a wave 2. We have a 3, 4 was COVID. Then you have this 1, 2. We're in a 3rd wave. We'll get a corrective 4 and then one more 5. So we have a correction to do left, and then we have one more leg up. And then that'll complete. So once we get this, so let me preface this. Once we get this 4 and 5, then we'll correct the entire structure. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leg structure will have a big ABC down on that. So, you know, wherever we top out on this final leg 5, wherever that comes into play, you know, does that push us into 2030? And then we have the big reset, you know, financial reset where we move to blockchain technology and away from our current financial system. But if we go up to, say, 1,000, we'll just use 1,000 as a number. You know, do we go to 900? Do we go to 1,000? We'll see. But say we go to 1,000, you know, that could be a pretty big, significant number. You know, then we would see 600 to 400 as the next zone. If we go to 900, obviously, you know, we'll see where this goes. But once you have this massive 5-wave move like this, you'll have an ABC down and we'll get a correction. Microsoft, or no, not Microsoft. Was it Microsoft? No, Amazon should get that. Or Amazon's currently getting that. One of them. No. UNH. Sorry, we looked at UNH yesterday, and that has a massive 5-wave move. with an ABC correction. That's why you saw a massive correction on UNH. I'll jump to gold here in a second. But on UNH on the 3-month, you have this massive move. So you have a wave 1, a 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. Then you have this huge decline, which on gold, on UNH, from the start of this thing all the way to the top, we corrected down to the 0.5, almost the 0.618 on this big correction. I'll show you what I mean, which is what we'll get on SPY after we get the 2 more waves. So you have this massive correction on UNH right down to the 0.5, almost to the 0.618. If we go back down to SPY, we have the same thing developing here. We're just not finished with the structure yet. So you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more leg up. Then we'll get an ABC similar to what we just saw on UNH. And when we get that, we'll get a whole correction of the entire move. So say we go to, 1,000, we'll get a huge decline to 600 to 400. So just be prepared for that. We still have a lot more waves to go. But 2030, somewhere around there, when they talk about, this new financial system, there's always a great reset. 2008 was an example of that, where we moved, off of certain things, and look where we corrected on 2008. We corrected all the way down to the 0.786 on this move. So if we get a big correction like that after a 5-wave move, if we corrected down like 2008, we would see something like this. But again, we still have a lot more time before that takes place. So just want to throw that out there long term. But let's go to gold. Let's go to gold. I think gold kind of has that too, that structure to it as well. So we've had a wave 1, a wave 2, this wave 3, 4, and then this wave 5, and then we're waiting for a correction down on gold. The next targets for gold were 3,400 was my next target for gold. Really, 3,400 to 2,800 was the next target for me on gold. So we've already had a 5-wave move. This massive wave 1 here, wave 2, this 5-wave move up for wave 3, wave 4, and then this next 5-wave move up for gold. We're kind of seeing that start of the correction now, with this drop. But again, when you have a massive move like this, it's going to take time for the effects to be seen on gold. But 3,500 is my next target on gold. Is NEO working on its ABC now? Yeah, I'll jump over to NEO in a second. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Love it. What's up, Smokey? Smokey the Bandit. Let's see here. Apto's still in corrective. Solana next target's like 500. Can you do Google? Yeah, we can do Google. Sui's pumping. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely, Benjamin. Absolutely. Yeah, gold, my next target. I mean, for me, there's a 5-wave move, and then we have a mini 5-wave move. The next target for me is like 3,500 on gold, which, may seem asinine to some people. But once we start rotating into crypto, for me, a lot of the weight that's holding up gold right now is all the FOMO that retail investors are having. I get it questioned about all the time. I'm going to gold. It's good now. I bought now. Like, we have a 5-wave move on gold. To me, this is the top of the top, and retail's FOMOing in here. Which whenever crypto starts pumping, they're going to liquidate their gold, and then crypto will pump. That's just what I see. Let's see. What was the next one? NEO. Yeah, that's right. I had mentioned NEO, I want to say yesterday on stream. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't remember. A new gem wall is VVV. Want to check it out? Jump in really about the chart. Yeah, we can look at VVV. I think you had mentioned that before. Is that Scottish crypto? I think you had mentioned that before. But we've had a 5-wave move up on NEO and ABC, and then zooming into this structure. I believe I had mentioned either last week, or maybe I mentioned to the Discord members. I can't remember which outlet I did that, or maybe I did a video on that. I can't remember, but I remember sometime on stream I said, hey, be prepared for NEO, or maybe someone sent me a DM. I don't remember. But we had a 1, it looked like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then we're kind of entering this ABC territory now. So, do we see, we've already kind of corrected down to the 0.36. Maybe we get a correction to 579 to 526, somewhere in that region. But it looks like we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move, and then we're starting the ABC correction. This could be the start of the A, we get a B wave bounce, and then a C wave, and then we start the next uptrend on NEO. So that to me looks like a mini wave 1 or a sub wave 1 of the larger trend. So if I zoom out here on the weekly, this would be the wave 1, then we get a pullback 2, then a 3, then a 4, and then a 5. And the next target on that's between 12 to 16 bucks is what my next target is on NEO. But it looks like it potentially could be starting its pullback. You know, we'll kind of evaluate it as the days come out. But so far, you know, we do have a nice pullback here. On the daily, it is suggesting we could potentially pull back. Do you look at any other indicators like Tether dominance, Bitcoin, others, or do you just only stick to Elliott Wave Theory? Yeah, I mean, I look at other markets, yeah, for sure. But I mainly use Elliott Wave Theory. I started to integrate some of the 200 weighted moving average in as well. So you can see on the weekly, you know, we had this 5-wave move that broke above, came back down, and then we're kind of pumping above. But this is something I use. I started incorporating it into my strategy, was the 200 weighted moving average. Let me change the color of that so it's more visible. On Bitcoin, for example, on the weekly, we did have a rejection at the 200 weighted moving average right here, you know, on the wave 4, in this wave 4. So we pumped up in the 200 and then kind of got rejected there. On the daily, we're still, you know, below it. So we're still below, you know, the 200 moving average on the daily, and it is sloping down, which, you know, providing this on the daily, it looks like that. Weekly, you know, it looks like we got a rejection on the weekly here. And then on the monthly, I don't know if there's enough price action on Bitcoin on the monthly to get that. Yeah, there's not enough price action for the monthly. But I started incorporating that because I saw some confluences with it. So yeah, I mean, I do kind of use others, but Elliott Wave Theory is my main one. Hey Nick, just jumped on. Do you have a chance to look at Tesla if you haven't already? Yeah, actually, I just added Tesla today to the Notion dashboard. So if you're in the Discord, it's in there. I have the TradingView link on it, so it has the whole structure, but I believe everything's saved on there, so I can just jump to it quickly. I just want to make sure oh, yeah, let me delete that. That's for my VIP members, so I don't want to have that in there. But yeah, on Tesla, the risk to reward right now looks like this. I would say whenever you get on, buying in the wave 5's not necessarily the best risk to reward. Like the time to have bought Tesla was either at this wave 4 or wave 2. Buying now, it carries a little bit more risk because there's only one more wave up in accordance with this structure. So we've had the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and then we're currently in the 5. But the next targets on Tesla are between 6 to 900. So 600 to 900 would be my next target on Tesla. I would personally just wait for a correction on it before buying. That's just me. But I know, like, this to me would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we get an ABC. You know, say we see something like 900, say we get to 900 on Tesla, then, you know, we would correct to 566 to 350, potentially 197, depending on how volatile it gets. But you know, you might say, well, I can buy here, you know, I could buy here lower than these price targets, but it's more about risk management as opposed to anything else. Like if we see only 600, you know, then we pull back to these levels. If we get to 900, those levels. If we go higher, then, but the better risk to reward is wait for the 5 ABC pullback. And then once you get that, then Tesla goes on another parabolic run. So we have this 5-wave move, this wave 2, and then you have another massive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 upwards. So the time to buy would be on that correction whenever that does come in. Because if Tesla goes to a 900, corrects down to 300, the next move, you know, let's just hypothetical here. Say Tesla goes to 900 and then corrects to, I don't know, 340. Let me see if that math adds up right. Hold on. Give me a second. So if we correct to 900, say we go to 340. Okay. Yeah, say we go to 340. The next target on Tesla would be 1800 to 2700. So, you know, kind of double these prices here. But the better risk to reward trade would be wait for the 5, pull back 2, buy here, and then wait for the next wave up. And this would be a base case target between like 1800 to 2800. But as this next wave develops, you know, we could overshoot that. I'll give you an example. I think Tesla has a good one. So let me clear up some of this stuff. I'm pretty sure Tesla has a good example of this. Where's the tool? So on this wave 1 right here with this wave 2, you can see this wave 3 well overshot the 2.618, which is possible. It always happens. So, you know, we well overshot that. This thing probably extended like 4 or 5 times the length, but you can get these extensions. And if that scenario happens, say that, you know, hypothetical scenario, we go to 900 and then we correct to 340. You know, the base case would be 2800 to 1800, but as you just saw in that chart, we could get a massive wave 1, 2, and then just continue to rip. So that's just more of a base case prior to price action coming out. Obviously, you're predicting things in the future, so you have to adapt to price action. But yeah, for me, Tesla would be a better risk to reward trade waiting for the correction. VVV. I think VVV is a crypto, no? Did we look at VVV? I want to say we did. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, VVV is in an extended third wave. So you have a wave 1, a wave 2, and then you have this almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 developing, wave 4, and then a 5. Yeah, crypto. Yeah, from what I can tell on the week, no, these are the daily. Let me go to the weekly just to see it a little bit more clear. Yeah, that kind of looks like that. I mean, you definitely have a massive wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe a 5, 4, and a 5. Yeah, so you have an extended third wave developing right here, which makes this pretty bullish, which is nice. You know, you have this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Does that follow the rules? Yeah, so this wave 3 topped out right at 1.618, which is the perfect target for Elliott Wave Theory. So you have a wave 1, 2, 3 pops here, decline 4, and then we get one more wave up. So yeah, there's one more wave up on this, and then we'll get a corrective 4 and then a 5. So that is what's next for VVV, which looks relatively good for this structure. That just means you have a massive third wave, get a corrective 4, and then you have one more 5. So we still have one more leg up for the 3, a 4, and then a 5. That's what's next. Can you do S&P? Yeah, we can do the S&P. The S&P 500? Yeah, we can do that. Did you do near? Because I was waiting. No, I don't know. Last time I checked near, I don't know if there was structure to it. Yeah, there wasn't. I mean, there kind of is, but there's kind of not. I think we were using that as hypothetical because I mean, you kind of have a 5-wave structure here. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this massive A wave, B wave, C wave. But oh no, remove them. So what I would wait for on near, I do personally own near. The fundamentals look really good on it if you look at it in token terminal, but I would wait for this 5-wave move to develop and then we can target it out. But for right now, it's more speculation than anything. VVV, V-Shred, V-Chain. V-Chain looks good, man. V-Chain looks good. Pull up Sui. Yeah, we can do Sui. Why is Sui ripping right now? I love Tesla and Amazon. Having a good entry would be a no-brainer for a full port entry. Yeah, once Tesla finishes that 5-wave move, I'll full port Tesla because I do believe in it long-term. Amazon, it's kind of the same thing. I just want to make sure I don't have anything. Do I have anything from the VIPs in here? Okay, I don't think I do. Yeah, everything's removed. Okay. Yeah, so for Amazon, for example, like Amazon looks almost, so we've had, this is, let me go to the 3-month. So on the 3-month on Amazon, I've already uploaded this to the portal, so if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. But we've already had this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it looks like we're in the top of this 5th. From the structure here, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're in this ABC. Now, the next zones that I'm paying attention to on Amazon, let me make sure I have this correct. Yeah. The next zones I'm paying attention to, I just need to do this real quick. On Amazon would be between 148 to really 120, potentially 90, but realistically 148 to 120. This would be kind of like UNH, like United Healthcare. We have a 5-wave move on a macro time frame. So we have this wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. I know it looks a little bit distorted. That's because I'm on a log chart to get all the price action in here. If I wasn't, this is what it would look like. So in order to get all the price action in there, you can see like this is the log chart versus the other one. This just allows me to see all the price action in one thing. But this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to get a decline here, and then we'll get a next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moving up. So if once we get to 140, 120, I'll be adding this to my portfolio for sure. Same with Tesla once it finishes its 5-wave. What's up, Becker? How you doing? Near death, yeah. Bitcoin? Yeah, we can do Bitcoin. What's the next one? Oh, Oracle was in here. I forgot about Oracle. Oracle Axon. I think didn't we look at Axon yesterday? Yeah, didn't we look at this yesterday? I think that, yeah, Axon, my dollar cost average between 533 to 333. That's right. I think. I can't remember. I thought we did this at some point. But it looks like it's declined a lot. But that looks to me, yeah, between 538 to 333 was a good dollar cost average entry. Oracle, yeah, we can look at Oracle. Oracle. I think we did Oracle on stream at some point. Where's Oracle? Yeah, I want to say we did Oracle at some point. Was that it? Yeah, the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the correction. And then we corrected that right now. Yeah, I mean we're sitting between the 213 to 132 would be a good dollar cost entry on that. Yeah, I think that's right, because this was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, wave 2, and then this was the 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 5, and then yeah, that was, I'm pretty sure that was it. Yeah. Yeah, so really between like 213, I mean, even if you look at the monthly on this thing, you can see the 200 moving average is kind of moving up. So really between 132 to 213 is a decent entry on Oracle. So you see Tesla going back up soon. I mean, yeah, we're in the final leg 5, so we do have more upside to go for sure. Can you check out CCJ as a uranium stock? CCJ? What do we got? Cameco? Let me hide this. Some of these stocks that y'all request I've never heard of, but like when we look at the chart, there's these things at, thanks, it's at 136 today. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's declined a lot from its all-time high. So, I mean, from a dollar cost average standpoint, it looks pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, this wave 1, wave 2. And then we're in the wave 3. And of the wave 3, we've had the 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4, wave 1, 2. Oh, this one, I mean, this is definitely a 1, 2, 3. No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that doesn't make any sense. Let me go to the 3-month on this thing. I just want to see if there's any different. This looks like a massive wave 1 with a 2, and then we're in a 3. Let me see what that target would be on this. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of sitting in between the target on this, but this thing's absolutely ripping. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, this thing's absolutely ripping off the low. I mean, we have a big wave 1 with a big wave 2. Now we're currently in the wave 3, trying to dissect this wave 3, which is providing some level of challenge here, but it looks like wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 5. So that's wave 1. Okay, so you have a wave 1 here, a wave 2 here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe here. No, this would be the 5, the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4. So there's probably 2 more legs left on that. Yeah, there's still more room to run on this thing. That's insane. This thing's absolutely ripping. So structurally wise, this is just an extended wave, but you have the wave 1, wave 2, we're in the wave 3, then we'll get a pullback 4, and then a final leg 5 to complete the 3rd wave. So let me see what that would look like. Yeah, I mean, we're sitting at the 2 right now, so that's interesting. But yeah, we still got more room to run in this thing. You have the wave 1, the pullback 2. We're currently in the wave 3. We'll get some level of pullback 4, one more leg 5. That'll be the wave 3. Then we'll get a pullback 4, and then one massive leg up for 5. So, like, structurally wise, it's an extended 3rd wave. So you have a wave 1, a wave 2, this wave 3 coming, wave 4, and then wave 5. That's an interesting one. Super extended for sure. Super Bitcoin. Broby spitballing. Mick Moon, you must be new here, but I appreciate the comment because you helped boost my video out, so thank you for that. It's called analyzing a market and talking out loud. I'm not spitballing. You got to think through these things out loud. That's how I do it. If you guys have been on the stream before, I typically talk out loud, so I don't want to be silent while I'm doing these things. Arbitrum. Arbitrum's still in corrected territory. TPL, yeah, we could do that. I need to know what you think. Well, why? What's going on with Bitcoin? What's going on? Is that 71 now? What are we doing? What's shaking? Hold on, I gotta zoom in here. I mean, we're just in chop. Just looks like chop. Let's see, where's the 4? I mean, the 4, I mean... that'd be a shallow ass wave 5. I don't think that's the case. I think this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe complex 4, and then we get one more leg up. I mean, again, I don't really trade like daily. Like I'm not a day trader, so that's I focus on the big picture as opposed to, you know, these intraday movements. When Bitcoin pumps from 70 or dumps from 71 to 73 or pumps from 70 to 74, like to me that's nothing. That's, you know, what's that, a 2% move? Like 1% move, that's nothing. So I'm a leveraged day trader, that's why I'm asking. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, on the 4 hour, you kind of have some structure to it. So I mean, we can let's go to the hourly. Fuck it. You know, let's do it live. It's just fuck it. Let's just do it. So on the hourly structure, You have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leg up for a wave 1, this ABC2. And then this looks like a 1, 2. I'm guessing there's a 3, 4 here and then a 5, so leg 3. I probably have to go down on a smaller time frame to see that, but this looks like a wave 1, 2, 3, this A, B, C wave, and then it looks like we have the initial wave 1 of 5. So this is the 1, the 2, we should get a 3, 4, 5 up, and then that'll complete the entire structure for this C wave. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then we'll get a correction down. I could see that, but it's still too early to tell. But it looks like we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 developing. So yeah, 82K is possible. When I say one more, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's more on the smaller time frame. So let's see what that target would be. Oh, wrong. I didn't even click the tool. Hold on. So the target on that would be 74. So we have this 1, 2, up to 74, 75, pull back 4, and then one more leg up, maybe to 78. Maybe we see something like that. 74, 75, pull back, and then one more. Possible. Possible, but this could be, an extension. Again, I don't really go down to small time frames like this, but this could also just be a continuation of the 4. So this could be the 1, 2, 3. This is the A wave, B wave, C wave of a wave 4, and then we get the pop 5. That could also be the case as well. So just being patient with it and letting price action do its thing. These are 4 hour right now. Can you take a quick look at NEO? Yeah, we could look at NEO. Microsoft? Yeah, we can look at Microsoft. Microsoft, NEO, large time frame. Do you see a double bottom, 59K or lower? I mean, I haven't changed anything in over 2 months, almost 3 months now. What's the date today? April 9th. When I was charting this back here in February 8th. So what's that? So 2 months. I mean, my targets have remained the same. So I don't know where the 1. Where's the 1 on this? Take that off. Yeah, that's right. My targets haven't changed, 60 to 50K between the 1 and 1.618. So my targets haven't changed in over 2 months. To me, this whole structure is just super choppy. Like it doesn't really look like a bottom to me. We didn't really get an impulse to move off the low. All we got was this chop, and we have this A wave, B wave, C wave, ABC, A wave, B wave, C wave, this larger A, B, ABC, C wave, then this A wave, B wave, and then C wave. So everything looks just like 3-wave movements. You have like this A, B, C, ABC, ABC, like everything's 3 waves, and structurally it still supports more downside. So I'm not trying to fearmonger anyone or say like, oh my God, like Nick hates Bitcoin. No, that's not the case. It's just, again, I'm going off of the structure. I don't have an opinion on it. I don't really care. But this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure supports one more leg down. So, again, trade that how you will. We could get a stunted, well, that would, if we go to 80K, then yeah, 26K. If we, if this pops up to 76 and then we get a dump to 60, 20% down. I hope it goes to 50K for cheap alts. Yeah, I mean, altcoins will get hit by it too. I don't mean to be like that. Like, I'm not trying to do this for engagement. I'm not looking at this saying like, oh my God, like I need to be a Bitcoin bear to get people to follow me. Like like, followers and validation to me doesn't mean anything. I do this for the love of the game. I don't really care. Like I could have 5 followers. I don't give a shit. I've grown a pretty authentic page by being myself and not caring what people think. Oh, there's Snack Attack. Here he is. LO Snack Attack made an appearance. This guy is still at it with the Elliott Wave BS to 50K. Snack, you've been in here. Wait, you know what? I'm going to put you on blast tonight because I just want to. I'm feeling a little spicy today. You were in here back here saying that's not going to happen, and then we dumped. So, you know, for as much as it is that I don't want to acknowledge your comment, you were in here back here when you said we wouldn't dump, and then we did. So, you know what? You can go take that to the bank. But yeah, Snack Attack comes in here every now and then. People that follow the stream know he's just a hater. He comes in here like once a week. He's not a frequent guy. I think he comes in here to troll and then probably sits behind his screen and laughs. And then he'll come back a week later. So we appreciate his presence. The difference is we can tell you are genuine about it. Yeah, like I don't have any personal, like, again, like I do this for I love this shit. You guys have no idea. Like charts are addicting to me. I love this shit. My wife gets crazy when I talk about it all the time. But like this stuff I really enjoy. So I want to help people make smart investment decisions and, you know, guide them in a way to avoid a lot of the mistakes that I made. I've made so many mistakes over the course of the past 8 to 9 years, like blowing through accounts, just making shitty investment decisions, losing money. Like I want to make this as simple as possible. So people, like, I feel like so many people complex investing. Like, it's really, it's you buy low and you sell high. That's really the name of the game. I hope it goes to 50K for cheap alts. Yeah, altcoins will get absolutely wrecked. But who knows though, because altcoins during this period of time, some altcoins held up better. Like Bitcoin ripped down, but some altcoins actually held up pretty decently, and we'll see what happens. He can't take it to the bank because he was long Bitcoin. Good point. We'll see him next week though. We'll see him next week. Dexter said, I'm asking real questions. I must have missed your question, Dexter. What did you put in here? I'm not seeing it. Zcash was just at a bottom. Look at it. Now it doubled. Well, I was saying Zcash. Y'all that know that. Wait. Let me, hold on. We got to do Robinhood for Spark. He is in the chat. We got to do Robinhood. Just a quick update and then we're going to move. Just a quick little teensy update on Robinhood. No changes. 300. Still the target. As long as we chop around between 80 to 40, or really 63 to 80, chop around in that zone, great dollar cost entry. 300 to 450 is next. All right, that's a quick update on Hood. What was the other one? CPL? Or no, there was another one before that. Zcash. Zcash. And then TPL, Zcash. Or no, which was the Zcash we did? Hold on. Was it the... Shit. Was it this one? Yeah. Weekly. Yeah, I mean, no changes to Zcash. So we have this wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, ABC 4, and then I'm expecting one more leg up for Zcash. I think my target on that was 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 was my next target on Zcash. So no changes there. I have always had a feeling on VeChain. I missed selling it in 2021. I had a huge bag. It's painful to round trip it. It's nice to see you It's nice you see something in it. Lots have jumped ship on it. Yeah, here's the thing. When altcoins decline 90%, most people capitulate. It's just the nature of it, right? You're down, or it doesn't have to be 90%. Let's call it 50 to 90%. When your altcoin goes down 50 to 90%, what changes from a fundamental standpoint? Not much, right? Like the fundamentals are still there. The only thing that's changed is the price. And that's why I talk about this technical analysis style, because it allows you to factor in some of these declines. Obviously, with higher volatility tokens, it's not as perfect. The Elliott Wave Theory is more geared towards higher established tokens, less volatility, things like that. But why are people hating on you despite you are doing them a favor of showing everything for free? It's a great question, Kush. Great question. And, well, people hate on you when you get some level. I mean, I guess I have some level of success. I don't know, whatever you want to term it. But people hate on you regardless. Like, if you put yourself out there in the limelight and you make predictions or statements or opinion, there's going to be people that agree with it and there's going to be people that disagree with it. It doesn't matter what you put out. You can be talking about, your choice of eggs, whatever it is. Like, people are going to hate you for buying eggs. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. People are going to hate you when you're successful. They're going to hate you for failing. They hate you because you try. And when you try, you put a mirror to them and say, wow, this guy's doing what I want to do. I don't have enough guts to do it, so I'm going to hate on him because, you know, it's what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? It's an insecurity. That's what I was talking about. So people project themselves on you. So I ignore it. It doesn't really matter. I don't really care. People that hate on me, they don't know that they also help boost my algorithm when they comment and like. They just help boost my algorithm. So I don't really care. But yeah, Zcash, one more like to go. What was the next one? Thank you, Gav's dad, for the roses. Zcash, yeah, we did that. Someone said, what the fuck? I don't know what that was for. Wait, what is Zcash bottom? I don't get it. Did Zcash crash or something? What am I missing? Because it's at 368, right? Wait a minute. CTS? And then we're going to go to TPL. What's CTS? This thing's got to have a lot of price action, no? Ooh, okay. Well, this is a wave 1, but you can't have this being a wave 1 because this wave 2 retraced lower than that. So that's not a wave 1. This is some weird ass price action, I'm not gonna lie. Everything just looks super overlapping, but let's see. A, B, C, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 1, wave 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that can't work because that overlaps. And that overlaps here, so this can't be a wave 1 with a wave 2. Maybe a 1, 2. This one's not as clear for me. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure. There's too much overlapping price action for me to trust it. Just even all up here, just kind of... This is a weird one. This whole price just looks like this. So from an Elliott Wave standpoint, I can't really give you guidance. Let's see what the 200 weighted moving average. I mean, you're kind of holding at the 200 weighted moving average. So, you know, maybe you see a bounce here. But as far as targets and everything, I would not feel confident in giving you a target on that one. Weird world we live in. Praise each other. Praise each other to success. Yeah, it's the nature of it, right? It's the nature of it. Just the... I mean, we are... yeah, it's just, you know... That's why don't be afraid to chase your goals and chase your dreams. No matter what you want to do, you're going to get hate. If you succeed, you're going to get hate. They're going to look at you and be like, oh, you're so rich. Why don't you give money away to the... You know, give money away, even if you do. Or they're going to look at you and say, oh, well, you know, you're trying. I hate that. You know, you're talking about things that I don't like. It's just the nature of life. So whatever it is, if you got a dream out there, go chase it. Fuck everyone else. Obviously, the people that support you, don't, you know, fuck them. But the people that hate you, just, you know, go tell them to pound salt. Oh, Sui. That's right. I got to go Sui. Chart futures on eggs, please. Oh, man. Every time stop eating peanut butter, Nick. It's easier to talk when you don't eat peanut butter at the same time. When was I eating peanut butter? I wasn't eating peanut butter. Your gifts in the Discord crack me up every time. Oh, Neo, that was right. No changes on Neo. I was expecting a little bit of a pullback here on Neo on the shorter time frame. On the shorter time frame, I was expecting a little bit more of a pullback on Neo. I think I told the Discord, I can't remember, but I thought I did. We had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and expecting a pullback. You know, some sort of ABC structure, and then we'll start the next leg up. But nothing's changed as far as long term for me. The next target being $12. You were going to do drift. I watched your live for 200 minutes. Fuck yeah, let's go. You've been here. Chill Dad's an OG. Let's get an honorary mention for Chill Dad in the chat. I mean, Kush is OG. Sparse, you're OG. Droove is an OG as well. 100%. Drew's been here since day one. There are a lot of OGs. I don't know where Matt's at. I think Matt's still in there. Well, both Matts on YouTube and TikTok. Y'all are some OGs as well. Been here since day one. I remember streaming to like 5 viewers at a period of time. What a humbling experience that was. Streaming to 5 people and just like feel like you're talking to yourself. That was such a humbling experience. But we're here now, so yeah, Drift really doesn't have any structure. We just have a big crash. Until we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off the low, there's really nothing that I can do with this one. Appreciate the heart, chill dad. Hey, Hopton, we were talking about Bitcoin. Did you say consolidation was going up? Or right now, it looks like we might have a little bit more of a pop and then a decline. But I'm watching the 74 to 78K level. Crypto Clock, who is down for a meme coin collaborations? I don't do any paid promos, so I'm not really interested in that. Deep dive on Scythe? Wait, what? Oh wait, no, we were gonna do TPL. That's right, TPL. There's so many chart requests, I forget which one we're looking at. Oh, this one's got some structure. This one's got some potential. Let's go to the 6 month because I want it to be a little bit more clear. Okay, so I mean, this looks like a 1, a 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Possibly a 5th leg here. That's what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let me confirm. I mean, this on the monthly, I'm guaranteeing that there's a 5 wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we got to dissect this bad boy right here. So I mean, this kind of looks like a wave 1, ABC2, wave 3, wave 4, and then kind of in a wave 5. I would say it almost looks like we're in a sub-wave 5 of the macro 5. That's what it looks like based on the whole structure. You know, obviously I did that really quick. When I do the full analysis, you know, on that I put on my chart library, you know, it takes me, you know, maybe 30 minutes to do. Like that obviously was just me going through it very quickly, but it looks like we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this extended wave 5, and then we should get a correction down. That's what it looks like off the rip. So if we continue, again, buying in the wave 5s always carries more risk when you buy in the wave 5 because you've already had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then buying up here, you carry a lot more risk. Waiting for the ABC correction is always taking a little bit of risk off the table. That's why the goal is to find stocks in their wave 3s. Find stocks or cryptos entering their wave 3 because that's the most explosive wave, is the wave 3. So when we're looking for stuff like that, like Robinhood is about to enter its wave 3. So on this chart, you know, Robinhood's already had a 5-wave move, wave 1. We're currently in the 2, and then we're about to enter the wave 3. 300 to 450 is just the base case target, but if we get an explosive wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out, you know, this thing could well shoot over 3 to 450. But it is about to enter its wave 3 when this correction ends. So that's the goal, is to find stocks in their wave 3. Coinbase is similar. HIMS is similar. There's a lot of other ones that are, in similar fashion, where we have a big 5-wave move followed by this correction. Deep dive on Scythe. Yeah, I might have to add it to the list. WorldCoin's still in corrected territory. I do own it. Stop ignoring Scythe. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can look at Scythe. All right. Any idea on GS before Monday? What is GS? What are you referring to? Scythe. All right. What's going on with Scythe? You know, obviously in the chat, I'm just going to mention I am going to cater to VIP members, given they are VIPs. So Just letting y'all know that when you request a chart, if I recognize the username and you are a VIP, I will cater to those chart requests, just naturally. So, I mean, let's see. I mean, we had a big pop here. Big pop. I mean, it looks like this is a wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, because it can't be a 3, 4, 5. It can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because this price has entered into the territory of wave 1, so it can't be that. So the only other explanation for it is a wave 1, a wave 2, and then this is another wave 1 with a wave 2, and then we should get a 3, 4, 5. Want to go down to the daily time frame, just make sure. The only problem is this entire wave up is just one massive fucking candle. It's literally just a massive candle. Let's see. How far? That's a 300% candle. That's insane. One day? That's insane. Is this a low cap? Is this a low cap? This has got to be a low market cap token. This has got to be a low market cap token. Yeah, Chill Down was there. Circle should be prime. Yeah, Circle for me is looking good. I've already started dollar cost averaging into Circle. I have a limit order at around 83, I think. Do it, dang it. Safe, I'm gosh. Don't shit on it. It's a stock. Yeah, the Zcash. It's GG. Sure. Winklevoss Twins Company. I might have to fucking dip my toes in this company. I'm not freaking dang it. I might have to invest in this company. Just like a pure whim. But I mean, the only thing is there's not enough price action. Let me go to 4 hour. I mean, okay. Now we got some structure. So, I mean, this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a wave 1. Then you have this A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave C. So we have a wave 1, a wave 2. The only thing is this fucking wave 3. I mean, this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A wave, B wave, and then you get this massive C wave. Shit. Then you get this, let's see, A wave, B wave, and then you get this almost 1. That's kind of an A wave as well, or C wave. Then you get a B wave, then an A wave, B wave. I mean, just for shits and giggles here. I mean, if this is what was this? A Zcash one, right? I mean, this would be more speculative than anything, but let's see what this looks like. I mean, the next target on it would be $5. Between 5 to 8 would be. They're trying to get 20% of Zcash. I mean, this has a potential of, somewhere between 700 to 500% gain. A nice 5 to 7x on it. I mean, we do have a wave 1 here, a wave 2. This looks like a wave 1, then a 2, and then we should get the 3, 4, 5. So, I mean, it has legs. Their Zcash holding is insane, like 5x the market cap. I mean, given that Zcash is in wave 5 with a target of 1,000, this thing is about to enter wave 3. We should get a pullback 4 and a 5. This has got some legs. I might have to add this to the portfolio. Not gonna lie, I might have to dip my toes in this thing. Sub $1, not a bad price. I mean, deep decline on this pullback here. I mean, you're way under we're kind of coming up to the 786 right now. Is there any structure on the 4 hour that suggests? I mean, this could be a 1, 2, and then we're in the 3, and we get a pullback 4 or 5 to start the trend. But I mean, this one's got match it up with Zcash, shadow it over or whatever, nerdy stock turns. I don't know how to do that. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go Zcash. Nope. Where's the Zcash? Hold on. I think I know how to do it. Hold on. All right, hold on. Where is it? Bar pattern. Here we go. think right here. Okay, now copy. Now, what were we just on Scythe, right? Paste. There you go. There's your chart. I mean, that kind of lines up to some extent. You know, you had this move up, this move up, this move up, this move up, and then this is about to move up, and then this is about to move up. So it's not time for your 8 p.m. bedtime yet. You have time. I mean, again, with these, you know, leverage sort of plays on these treasury holdings, the big candles institutional can only do that, right? I mean, it's possible. I mean, that's a massive fucking candle. Hold on, let me delete this and let's go. All right, let's do some digging here, boys and gals, for those of you that are in here. I mean, that's a... Hold on. Go down to the hour. I mean, that happened within that happened within a 4-hour time span. You just had a massive fucking candle. Did we fill the gap too? We probably did. Yeah, we kind of filled the gap. Makes sense. We came down here and touched this gap and then reversed. But yeah, I mean, this thing's got potentials. That's OG Facebook billionaire money. People love Scythe. Gets the people going. Yeah, it does. That fucking candle gets the people going. That's insane. Yeah, we can look at Neo in a second. We just gotta bask in Scythe right now for a second. We just gotta bask in it, you know? We gotta bask in the potential 5 to 7x, you know, on the table here for wave 3, the 1, 2, 3, 4, or no, sorry. The 1, 2, 1, 2 with the 3 up here, 4, 5. I mean, this thing could hit anywhere from $5 to $10. Z-Scaler? Yeah, we can look at Z-Scaler. You're freaking welcome. Shout out Chill Dad for the recommendation on this one. That's insane. I might dip. I'm adding 100 more shares every 10-cent drop. This thing could rip, low key. This thing could rip. I might have to next pullback I'll get in. Might have to add it in here. Not financial advice. I mean, for Bitcoin wasn't 8 hours. The big candle is institutional. Can only do that, right? Oh, and for Bitcoin, what happened to Bitcoin? Or I'll go to Bitcoin in a second. Which one we're gonna go to next? Oh yeah, Neo. I mean, there's really no changes to Neo, guys. So my next target's $12. On it, you know, we're seeing a little bit of a pullback now, but $12 is my next target. Z-Scaler. I don't know if I looked at Z-Scaler. I might start limiting requests to VIPs only, because Chill Dad's out here getting elite callouts. All right, I'm out. I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow. I think we're gonna do the VIP call at like 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow on that. I told you about Scythe like 80 times. No, you were right. I'll give credit where credit's due. You're 100% right. Okay, what about Goldman Sachs before Monday call? I might buy range or stick to this tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Tomorrow we're gonna do the VIP call on Discord. Zscaler was, where was I looking at this? This was the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and then wave 4, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. I think that was it. I can't remember when I was looking at this thing last time. I have this on here for a reason. I feel like we looked at it before. Yeah, that's right. This was the wave 1, wave 2. Yeah, I mean, it's down big from its all-time high. You know, we're in between the 0.382 to the 0.786. Like, really anywhere between these zones for a long-term hold is a great buy. You know, accumulate in these zones and then wait for the next move up. What time is it anyway? Yeah, it is almost 8. It is almost my bedtime. Just bought some, why not? Did you buy Scythe, Gav's dad? Did you buy Scythe? and cameras assume. I'm assuming you did buy Scythe with all this. I'm assuming you did. Yeah, I mean, Scythe looks like a potential. Yup. Shit, I might have to throw something at it too. Just a small something. I mean, the chart looks pretty decent, and with Zcash entering a 5 leg, with Zcash entering the 5, that could get pretty explosive for Scythe. You know, that it follows sort of that trend. I don't really know. I mean, Bitcoin's still just in choppy 4. There's really no changes to it. It's still just in this choppy 4. Due to the FANG investing on AI and cybersecurity, Zscaler down, I believe. Yeah, I don't know too much about, like, I don't really know what Zscaler does. I have it on my work laptop, but I don't know what the heck it does. I literally don't know. It's on my work laptop. I don't even sign into that shit. So I couldn't tell you what Zscaler is on a fundamental basis, but the chart is in a big decline, you know, which could be a big decline for a wave down. What's up, Topper? What's going on, man? Can you check out GEV? Yeah, we can look at GEV for Bitcoin. I don't know which big institutional candle you're referring to on Bitcoin. World Liberty. Oh wait, no, we looked at World Liberty yesterday. It's just in decline, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just in decline right now. Until we get some impulses off the low, it's hard to tell where this thing goes next. You know, until we get a wave 1 with a 2, we can chart out the 3. But until we get this structure developing, it's really hard to tell where it'll go next. Now, once we get that, though, it'll be easier. Like, once we get a 5-wave move on the daily, then we get an ABC. Then we can enter here and then chart out the next 5-wave move. But until we get that, it's really hard to tell where this is going to go. They make gas turbines for a company I work for. Okay, yeah, GEV. Is it GE Vernova? Is that part of GE? Thank you, brother. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, until we get some price action off of the low. Oh wait, this we could probably go with the monthly here. Yeah, until we get price action off the low, it's hard to tell. I might need weekly on this then. I mean, this just looks like token launch. I keep referring it to token launch. This looks like IPO, and then the first impulse starts here. Wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 5th. So this definitely looks like a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're currently in the wave 5 of 5. So again, the way that my strategy works and how I typically like to invest is I don't really buy in wave 5s. I look to add in wave 2 and then potentially in wave 4, but not during a 5th wave. And that's kind of what it looks like we have. We have a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up for a wave 3, an ABC 4, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it looks like we're in a developing 5th wave. The risk to reward right now, investing now and waiting for the next move up, brings a significant amount of risk. The next zone, like say this was the top, or maybe we pump up a little bit more. I'll jump into the smaller time frame to see. But the next high probable setup is we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have an ABC down. So that's when I would personally look to add this, as opposed to investing now. It just carries more risk because you're in the wave 5. So let's see. So we have this 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4, A wave, ABC, 1, 2. Yeah, I mean, structure's not even out enough yet to determine if this is a... Yeah, because this can't be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I mean, maybe. The high probable setup, like, you can even see it on the monthly a little bit better. The high probable setup would be to wait for a pullback on this. So you have this wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then wave 5, and then wait for a pullback somewhere to... again, these are hypothetical levels, given that if this was the top, obviously if we continue moving up or down, like if we continue moving up, obviously it changes levels. If this is the top and we start declining, that's one thing. But, say we get to 1,000 as like a round number and we see a reaction there, the next probable setup is an ABC down, somewhere between these levels. That would be my opinion on this. Is after a 5-wave move, you get a 3-wave move down, and then you get another 5-wave move. So the better risk to reward would be wait for the correction and then get in and wait for the next move up. But again, that would be my opinion. Oh, we were supposed to do Microsoft. That's my fault. I meant to do that a while ago. Rhett, Nick, you're awesome. First time here. Gonna follow you. I appreciate that, Rhett. And for all the newcomers to the TikTok lives, I appreciate it. I do live streams every day, Sunday through Thursday. So I shouldn't say every day. I do live streams Sunday through Thursday. I go live between 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and then we typically go to like 8:15, and then I do that every day, Sunday through Thursday. I also have a free Discord, which for new members just joining, or even if you've been here and you haven't checked out the dashboard yet, I do have a free dashboard. I also have a VIP dashboard, which is this one. So I have a VIP dashboard and a free dashboard. The VIP just has more data, obviously, because those are for VIP members, but the free dashboard nonetheless provides a lot of detail. I provide you with the trading view link, the current wave counts of a stock. I also provide a screenshot as well. I give you the time frame, the date I posted it, the last time I edited it, the asset class, so you can differentiate between stocks. You can differentiate between cryptos to see kind of what you want. You can view them all in a table. You can go to the gallery and see all the different assets in here. But for right now, I'm kind of focusing on adding anywhere from 3 to 5 charts a day. But you can go in here like Apple, for example. If you hit this, you can see the entire wave count since inception and then all the way up, and then what we're currently at. And then you can see the targets, the potential buy zones. Again, none of it's financial advice. It's my opinion and my analysis, but that's not a good example. And then Microsoft was here. So you get the buy zones and sell zones. So I'll jump over to Microsoft in a second, but just wanted to showcase that. That's what I provide in the Discord. So if you're a member of the Discord, all the community members get that for free. I upload anywhere from 3 to 5 charts a day. And, I put that all for free in my Discord. So if you're interested in that or just want to learn, feel free to check that out. They split up the coming year and the gas turbine sector is ripping with power generation. Okay, yeah, I mean, if that's the case, I would definitely wait for a 3-wave down and then boom, you're going to have a huge explosion on that, because in this example, if we were to wait, if say like this was the top and we waited for, say 600 or 550, the next target would be between 1800 to 2800. So yes, you could buy here and hold, but again, the better risk to reward trade is wait for a little bit more upside, wait for the downside, get in, and then ride the next move up. That would be, kind of my opinion on that. Rippler, what's going on, man? What's up, bro? Hope you're well. Can you do render? Yeah, we can do render. But yes, welcome back. It's good to see you. We were going to do Microsoft, and then let's do Microsoft, then we're going to do render, and then I think I'm going to call it there because I'm getting a little tired. I had a busy work day today. But let's do Microsoft. Just want to make sure nothing in here is... Okay, I didn't save anything, I don't think. Yeah, I didn't save anything. Okay, so you might look at this and say, what the hell is this chart? Well, this is the full chart on Microsoft since inception. So you have this 5-wave move up for the wave 1, this wave 2, and then you have this next 5-wave move up for the wave 3. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're currently in the next wave up. That looks like this. We have the wave 1. We're currently in the sub 2. The buy zones for me on Microsoft are 371 to 300. And then the next target is really 750 to about 1,000. So 371, call it 300 to 370 as a buy zone. 750 to 900 or 1,000 rather as a sell zone for the wave 3. So this being the 1, the 2, the 3, and then we'll get a pullback 4 and then a 5. But That's sort of what's next on Microsoft, given that chart. SoFi, yeah, we can look at SoFi. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome chart. I appreciate that. I try my best. Obviously, I am human. I am prone to errors, but I try my best. Superverse or Brett long term. I don't really invest in meme coins, so I couldn't get you. I'm not sure. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. SoFi. What was that? We'll do render and then we'll do SoFi. Render, then SoFi, then I'm calling it because I'm getting tired and I want to go chill out. Let's see. And then I also upload all these charts into the Discord too, so feel free to go there, and check out those analysis. Like, obviously, I post all that here, so you can just go in your own time and, click on the chart, and you can see the whole thing, so feel free to check that out in the Discord. And if you don't know how to get to the Discord, and all my socials, I have a Linktree account in my bio that contains all my socials. It also contains the VIP setup if you want to become a VIP, which I provide a lot more service. We do coaching calls 3 times a week. I give way more analysis in there. And then I also provide, what I'm personally doing from a buy and sell perspective on swing trades, and then my buy and sell perspectives on long-term holds as well. But for render, we've already had a 5-wave move. We've had a wave 2 down, and then this is the wave 1, 2, and then another wave 3 next between $22 to $35 is my next target on render. 22 to 35 is my next target on render. Could you check out Netflix? So I'm checking out SoFi and then I'm ending it there, just because we've been on for a good bit now and I'm getting a little bit tired. So I want to go relax. But I'll be live on Sunday and we can look at some more charts. I gotta add Netflix to the dashboard too. All good, no worries. Cool. I gotta add Netflix to the dashboard anyway. So I'm focusing on the majors right now. I have Meta, Microsoft, Tesla, QQQ, NVIDIA, Apple, MSTR, SPY, and Amazon for stocks. Those are the stocks that I have right now. I got to add Netflix to it. I got to add gold. I got to add silver. So I'm focusing on the majors first, like the Mag 7 and, focusing on those, and then I'll add in some others. But SoFi, the current wave count I have on SoFi is wave 1, wave 2, and then we're in this extended third wave developing. So really the buy zones are between 22 to 13, and then the sell zone for this wave 3, if you were going to take profits, would be between 50 to 77. So I mean, right now we're between the 0.618 and the 0.786, which to me is a pretty good buy zone here for SoFi. And then we'll have a wave 3, then we'll get a pullback 4, and then a final leg 5, and then we'll get a 4, and then a 5. So lots of room, in my opinion, I actually might invest in SoFi. I might. It wasn't on my list because I was looking at others, but I like the structure of this. So I actually might add this to my portfolio because we've had the 1, the 2, and whenever I look to buy in wave 2s. On a subwave structure or a macro structure. This is the macro structure. So buying in the wave 2 or the subwave 2 is also bless you. I appreciate that, man. Bless you as well, man. We're growing this thing from the ground up. Bet in next year. Again, like a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about right now, obviously they're price predictions, so there's not like a lot of weight to it, right? You're like, all right, Nick's throwing out these numbers. What does he know? Which I get. Like, I understand. There's a lot of people on the internet that are grifters that just are after attention and validation and money. Like, they just want to post stuff to grab your attention and get likes. And, I don't do it for that. I don't care. Like, yeah, I'm at 10,000 followers now, which is awesome. But I treated it no different when I was at 3. I mean, I was at 3,000 followers at the beginning of the year. And it just so happened we're at 10,000 now. But like, I treat every live stream, I treat every interaction that I have on these things as like nothing. I don't care how many followers. It doesn't matter to me. But with all that being said, we'll see what happens in a year from now. Like, I've only been doing these live streams since January, and now it's April, and we've grown a following from 3,000 to 10,000. Like, that's awesome. I'm so excited about that. I mean, it's really cool. I'm hoping that I'm helping people. But a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about right now is, I would say, more speculative, because like I'm talking about price action that's going to happen over the course of 3 to 6 months, where you might be looking and be like, all right, Nick, that's cool. Like, you're predicting SoFi to $50 to $70. How do I know that's right? You don't. You know what I mean? You don't know it's right. The only thing that I know is I'm trusting my strategy. I'm putting myself out there. I'm making these predictions based on my strategy, which has served me pretty well for Bitcoin so far. I mean, I do my daily Bitcoin analysis, and I've been documenting the whole move down since December, which has been, honestly, for me, just a confidence boost in terms of the strategy, which is awesome. But like, putting myself out there is putting myself in the limelight for ridicule, certain things like, you're wrong, what are you doing, all that stuff, which is great. I like that because it's just a character building thing for me. But when these things happen, it's going to be really cool to see that. Like, I'm putting my, it's almost like writing a journal and then going back and looking at it like, wow, I talked about that 3 months ago and look what happened. So I'm excited for that time. Obviously, we'll see what happens, but you're more than welcome. I think, honestly, more power to you to doubt what I'm saying. Take what I have as a grain of salt, and then, see what happens. And, if I'm right, then great. If I'm wrong, then, it is what it is. I'm human. I can't make perfect predictions every single time, but I try my best. I lay out the scenarios to my best ability, and, we'll see what happens. But when I make these predictions, 3, 6 months to 12 months in advance, you're more than, it makes sense that you could doubt it. So I totally get it. Hey, Nick, can you take a look at Nike? I'm actually about to get off the stream now, but we can take a look at Nike on Sunday for sure. We can take a look at Nike for Sunday. I actually have to add that to the dashboard. That's one of the ones I have to add to the dashboard. I do think Nike's in a really good spot right now, from a correctional standpoint, to start adding that to a long-term bag. But I don't know. I just, with the way that the world's moving right now in blockchain technology, in, AI is advancing just insanely fast. I think Nike will do very well, but like, the way that the world is moving towards tokenization, and we can't stop it. It's not like we can be like, hey, I don't want that. Like, we could, but in the grand scheme of things, is it really going to stop what's happening? You got blockchain technology moving forward. You got tokenization moving in leaps and bounds forward. You got AI advancing just insanely fast day by day. I'm going to put my money in those areas. I'm going to put my money in crypto, in specific cryptos that have long-term vision, as opposed to, just a meme coin. But I'm going to put my money in those positions because I feel like that's where capital is going to appreciate. Crypto is going to flourish. I think certain cryptos will, with regulation coming in and everything like that. I do think a lot of the cryptos that historically have maybe provided significant returns might get wiped out because they're not regulated good. But I mean, I want to put my money there because I think that's where the world's moving. You hear JP Morgan talking about it all the time. Tokenization is the next thing. Well, what is crypto? Built on the blockchain, all this tokenization stuff. So I'm putting my money in companies and innovators that are doing things in that space, and AI as well. I think it's going to be, the next trade for us, where I feel like tech, I'll call it the tech, like after .com bubble, all these tech companies popped off. I mean, it's still tech, but it's more AI and blockchain. So that's just my opinion, but which crypto you think? I mean, I like keeping a balanced portfolio. For me, I always try to put like 40 to 50% of my overall portfolio in Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to perform very well over the long term. I would say another 20 to 30% in like XRP, Ethereum. I'd even throw Solana in there. Those being the majority of your portfolio is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana. And then you throw in some large caps in there, SUI, HBAR, throw Tau in there. I like what Tau's doing in the AI space. But you have some of these large caps in there, which provide more of a risk to reward because they're lower market caps. So you're able to capture some more upside, but they don't carry as much risk as like a small cap does. Because I think with the Clarity Act coming about and regulation coming about in crypto, some of these small caps are just going to get wiped out because they're not going to be able to, keep up and, pass all these regulations that are for sure coming. So I would say stick to the coins and the projects that are actually doing real world stuff and integrating into the financial system, into the supply chain system, doing things that are just integrating with traditional finance, I think is going to prove very well. But yeah, I like XRP. I do. XRP gets so much hate, but I do think they'll do well long term. If you look back at like 2017 and 2013, Bitcoin and XRP are like always top 1 to 3, and they've survived since then. So I do think they'll have their space. You think oil is top? I haven't looked at oil's chart, so I'm not sure. I'd have to look at it. I don't really trade oil, so it's not really something I pay attention to. I'm more of a long-term investor. I mean, I take swing trades. I do. I take some swing trades, but I'm more of a long-term investor as opposed to, a day trader. I don't really day trade. I think that carries a lot more risk. I don't have the time to do that either. Like staring at a chart all day, I just don't have the time to do it. But I don't know. Like this. It seems very eerie to the the China tariff situation that we had back in 2025 when the market was just doing this, was whipsawing, and it was like we had a tariff negotiation, then they went back on it, then they did this. It's just like such back and forth that oil could just whipsaw depending on what certain things are said on Twitter, on social media, on just the media in general. Like, we'll see if this ceasefire actually holds water. I have no idea if it's going to. No one really does. It could stick, it could not stick. If the ceasefire breaks, the markets are going to tumble. Oil could go back up. There's so many different what ifs out there that. And then there's the private credit market right now. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to that. I've been not doing too much research in it, but something that's on my radar to do research in. The private credit default swaps right now are pretty bad. Like BlackRock's withholding withdrawals. I think it was Owl Capital was withholding withdrawals. Like, the private credit market does not look good right now. So if that breaks, that's going to ripple through the financial market, and that could fuel a crash. So you have that going on. You have obviously the war narrative right now going on. You have inflation data tomorrow. We'll see what that does. If inflation data comes out hot tomorrow, then the Fed are going to pivot and say, well, we can't cut interest rates. So we'll see. Please show. Bitcoin's just in choppy 4 right now. I'm just waiting for downside move. Still have SUI, but sold H4. What do you think I should buy that is at the wave 1 pullback? I mean, SUI looks good. I mean, I'd add to the SUI position. I think SUI looks pretty good. Let's see. I just added. I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow. I just bought a little bit, not much, EOS and VeChain. So I bought a little bit of VeChain. I bought a little bit of EOS, and those are the 2 cryptos that I allocated to right now. MSTR. I am looking to add MSTR, but not at these prices. I'm waiting for some more downside. Downside to 58K. I do have downside to the 60 to 50K region, yeah. 250K SUI. Are you asking price on or I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, SUI is in its wave 2 pullback, so SUI would be a good one to add. Bitcoin goes to 78, 80K, then I think 55K. Possible, yeah, for sure. I do have, my zones are between 74 to 78. So I'm waiting for some level of reaction between that 74 to 78 range. What do you expect in so once we bottom for Bitcoin, my next target's 200 to 300K on Bitcoin. That's between the 1.618 and the 2.618, which for you guys that have been on the stream, like, those are my zones, the 1.618 to the 2.618, which is between 200 to 300K. My current position, I want a different coin instead of adding SUI. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I mean, I just added VeChain and EOS. If you want to take a look at those charts, VeChain to me has, again, I'm only risking like 1% of my overall portfolio add. I'm not throwing in like half my portfolio into these things because they obviously are smaller cap tokens. They carry more risk. But my next target is for VeChain, like a 50x, and then EOS, a 30x. On those. Again, not financial advice. That's just what I personally did. I put some money into VeChain and EOS. Just that they have had such massive declines and they've had really good wave movements. So I liked it from a risk reward standpoint. What do you expect Bitcoin? I think I answered that 200 to 300. What's the time frame? So on Bitcoin, when I'm charting all that, it's on monthly. So, you know, it could take a year, it could take 2 years, 3 years. I don't chart based on time. Bottom between 60 to 50K. When starts the real bull run? I mean, we've already had a 5-wave bull run from the bottom. I mean, yeah, altcoins didn't perform from a majority. You know, we still had couldn't stay away from. What's up, Chill? Yeah, I'm about to log off. I was just answering a couple more questions. I mean, the next wave up is going to be explosive, I do think, and that could last us into... I don't think we would see, based on the structure, I don't think we would see a 2 to 300K by end of 2026. To me, that's too soon. I think it would take, you know, over the course of 1 to 3 years. Could we see it in 2026? Possible, but I don't chart based on time. I chart based on structure. So time for me is irrelevant. I just wait till targets. So I buy at lows and I sell at highs. If it takes a month to get there, it takes 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, it doesn't matter. What about selling Hex and ZBAC for VeChain EOS? Good. I don't know what Hex is, and I'm not sure what ZBAC is. So I guess that would come down to your personal decision. Alt season, I do think alts perform in this next run. I don't think every alt will perform. Like there's some meme coins that just won't perform. But I think majority of the alts, if you play it right, you know, in fundamental projects, I do think they'll perform and outperform Bitcoin in this next run up. But for me, one more leg down and then go up. Kidneys are at top of wave. Tau dropping like a rock. Oh fuck! Did Tau get my trigger? Hold on. What's Tau at? Ooh, Tau is getting it. So I'll show you guys a chart. This is a chart from last week. This is a chart from last week on Tau. I'll show you this last chart. I made an announcement in Chill Dad's in here. He's a VIP. Did I not make an announcement yesterday about my zones for Tau, saying I would look to long Tau at 260 to 232? Just want to confirm that. I did make a Discord announcement about that. But the positions so this looks like an A wave, B wave, and then a C wave. So my zones were 260 to 232. That I was looking to do. But if you're in here, Chill Dad, you can... Actually, I probably could pull it up right here. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Right there. One crypto I'm paying... This was yesterday. One crypto I'm paying attention to for a swing trade is Tau USD. If I see a pullback to the 0.5 fib at 260, I'm going to open up a position on Tau. Where are we at right now? Coming down to 260. But I made that announcement in the Discord. That's for VIPs though. So this is the VIP section. So I made an announcement on Tau and then also on Algorand. So those are the two cryptos I've been paying attention to were Tau and Algorand. But yeah, I mean, Tau looks like we've had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A wave, B wave, and then a C wave. If we see somewhere in this zone, I might look to take a swing trade on it. But with that being said, for those of you that are in the Discord, that are VIPs, I will see y'all tomorrow. For those of you that are not, I will be live streaming on Sunday, so I will see you guys Sunday. For those of you interested in joining the Discord, just go to the link in my bio. I have a free version and then the VIP version. Depending on what level of access you want, VIPs obviously get more analysis, daily updates. We do coaching calls 3 times a week, so there's a different structure for it. But I'll give you one sneak peek. Let me see here. Let's do SPY. So I'll give you one sneak peek on SPY. So for VIPs, I do a lot more in-depth detail of, so there's SPY, the start of the wave, and then there's why can't I move this over anymore? I can't move it over anymore. But here's the next, let me just take this off the chart, off the thing, hold on. Ignore my background. This is not, I'm renting this house, so I can't change the background. But this is the, for those of you on YouTube and stuff, you can just see it. But this is the VIP chart that I put in here for SPY. So we've had the wave 1, the wave 2, the wave 3, and then up there. And then I have my analysis here for VIPs, the zones that I'm watching, and all documented here on the VIP section of the channel. So what the current wave count's in, what's the buy zone, what are the targets for the buy zone, what are we waiting for, and then what's next. So that's for the VIP section. And then if you go to the free section of the Notion dash, so this is the whole dashboard. So these are all the stocks that I have in it. You know, you have the screenshot here, you have the trading view link, which, you know, brings you to the whole thing. That's MSTR. I don't want to show that. And then here's the free version of SPY. So to just show you what the difference is, there's the free version of SPY. It still has the chart with the levels and what's next, but I don't have the analysis that would describe, you know, what I'm personally doing. But yeah, Tau is moving down nicely. So if we see a position on Tau, somewhere in that position, I might take it. Well, joining VIP, let's go, Matt. What is the cost of VIP? It's $34.99 a month for the cost of the VIP. Hey, you got a GF. Yeah, my wife's calling me. I gotta go. Partnership meme coin with Nick, click link. No, that is not me. I don't have any meme coins. I'm blocking you. No. You're not gonna come in here and do that shit. Block. Yes. Block. No paid promotions. I'm not doing that shit. No meme coins. Don't click that shit. Bro just had a diagram. Yeah, well, I'm not going to show the VIP one. That's for VIPs. VIP, $34.99. You can view the whole offer. We do 3 coaching calls a week. So I train people on how to use Elliott Wave Theory. I train them on how to do it, how I do it, show them. So we do 3 coaching calls a week. So we do Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. We do coaching calls for about an hour, hour and a half. We go through market analysis. I also train those who are interested in learning Elliott Wave Theory. So if you're not, you know, that's totally fine. You don't have to participate in those calls. But if you want to join those calls, you know, I obviously train people on Elliott Wave Theory. Then I provide, let's see, let me go to my channel. So we do the coaching calls 3 times a week. I give everyone my swing trades that I'm taking. So with the analysis that I just showed you on the Discord. So I give everyone the analysis here. I say one crypto I'm paying attention to. So these are my swing trades. And then there's 2 in there right now that I'm paying attention to, Tau being one of them. I also give the chart updates that I just showed you a free example of, and the reasoning behind it and what I'm personally looking to buy and sell. And then I have some PDF guides and resources, book recommendations. I put together a whole PDF of my current strategy, how to use it. So all that's included in VIP. Later, dude, before your wife cuts one off. Yeah, I got to go here soon. So I will see y'all on Sunday. But again, I have a free version of the VIP as well. So if you want to go check that out, I still provide value in there. So I do the chart uploads. I do comment in there as well. But that is obviously, you know, up to you if you want to go in there. So what's your win rate? I'm not a day trader, so I don't really track. And prediction Caspa. I'd have to look at Caspa chart. We did it a while ago, but yeah, I'm not a day trader. So I'm more of a long-term investor, and I do take some swing trades. But how about if you long Tau and Bitcoin drops badly? Different structure. So it's all about structure. There's still, I mean, you saw Tau move when Bitcoin was going down. Tau moved all the way up from 154. From February to March, Tau moved up when, you know, Bitcoin was kind of doing its thing. So see you Sunday. Have a good weekend. Absolutely. Have a good weekend, y'all. I will see y'all Sunday. I just realized my phone was in the front of the camera on YouTube and stuff. So my apologies there, but I'll see y'all Sunday.